The other ones will stay at the post. You hardly see a Wolf player go offside. Why? Because those players are lazy to even. And Bruno Fernandes. Now the principalities where they against the success of their clubs, Manchester City and Manchester United respectively. Those two decide this last match for Boxing Day, say their teams no go win. I can imagine a Man City that has been struggling to win a match since, and they managed to get an opportunity to win Everton at home, and Erling Haaland missed such a penalty. That one notwithstanding, coming over to Manchester United, their coach has had the worst start in his first 10 games at Old Trafford, winning 4, drawing 1, and losing 5. In fact, no other interim manager has had that kind of poor result. But guess what? Yesterday, Bruno Fernandes, the captain, got his first yellow card 19 minutes in the first half. That early, he got the first yellow card. And he didn't even wait for the second half to start. He got the second one. He got the second one in the second half, around just 10 or 15 minutes into the game. Now, that makes me wonder, what kind of team is Amorim trying to rescue? Are you trying to revitalize a team that is already dead? I keep saying the same thing. Manchester United, they need, maybe until Amorim swaps the whole players in that team, swap it with the whole players in his Sporting Lisbon team. That is when we are going to see a good United. They should go back to the drawing board. Cristiano Ronaldo have made it even more explicit when he explained the last time. Unless this club goes back to the root cause of their problem, go back to the academy, take players that are passionate, that want to play for the badge, get all these ones that are playing for the money out of the club. People like Rashford say they are no longer feeling any challenge and they want to leave. Rashford may end his career without one title. Now, for you to even win a Premier League title, you have to have at least 3 to 4 players that have won the title, maybe somewhere else, or even in the EPL. I beg you, I challenge you to dig into what I'm telling you now. You need to have winners. Perhaps that's why Arteta is struggling to win the league this time. He has the players, he has gotten a lot of good players, he has gotten a system, but the mentality has to be there. And that is what is lacking at Arsenal. That is what is lacking at Manchester United currently. We only have Onana and Martinez as first-team players that have won a title before at their various clubs. Antonio have won, yes, at Ajax, but he has not been playing football. You understand? So I am telling you, if you don't have that mentality, you cannot give what you don't have. Manchester United players don't have it. Now, let me go back to Manchester City and what Haaland and the rest did that day. Now, Guardiola have been struggling. In fact, the team, Manchester City, has been struggling to get their first 3 points in how many matches now? And now, an opportunity presents itself for them to get a win and relieve the manager of the pressure on his head. And what did Haaland do? Somebody that has not scored since, in fact, the whole of November, he did not score in the Premier League. And now we are in December. December is about ending. I have not scored. You got an opportunity to take a penalty against a keeper like Pickford, and you take such a casual penalty. Must you even be the one to take that penalty? If you are not up for it, I know players miss penalties, yes. But then, what was the reaction after that? So, it was a Boxing Day. In fact, it was a nightmare Boxing Day for the Manchester teams. Chelsea also lost, but Chelsea is also in a good position. I know that one of these days they are going to lose. So that one wouldn't count much for them. But it is a Boxing Day nightmare for the Manchester clubs, both City and United. I don't know how their managers are going. In fact, I don't even know what they intend to do other than waiting for January to come to make the input they need to get their teams playing. Bruno Fernandes, since the manager from Ten Hag to Amorim have refused to give him the much needed rest he needed, he has taken it upon himself to get a red card and go and rest. Now I'm waiting to see what Amorim is going to do with his absence. It is now that a good manager will now know that I have to dig. In fact, I have to go back to the drawing board, and that is going to the academy. I want to see him bring Sekou Kene into the team. the Malian guy that he bought. I want to see him even graduate Obi Martins. This is the time to graduate that young man. I want to see him get some other academy boys into the team. People like Harry Amas. He has been looking for a left wing back, and he's still playing Dalot. Dalot that only manages to get halfway onto the line and go and pass the ball back. Now, I don't even know. The truth is that for you to do well or win, in fact, for you to compete in the league, you have to have players that can run, that can track back, that can mark. You understand? If you have a team that is not doing any of these three, my brother, you are not going anywhere. I so much love the way Liverpool plays this time around. If you watch Liverpool start their game, it's like when you just release Boomer Steve or Rottweiler from their cage and then tell them to attack. From the blast of the whistle, Liverpool attack until you get exhausted and you allow them to score. It's only when you allow them to score their goals that you rest. That is how a team is supposed to play against a strong team is supposed to play against the weaker oppositions. In fact, those days, Faggy will set his 20 minutes. He expects his team to get the first goal within 20 minutes. How do you kill off games? You score those teams 1, 2, 3, and then they will know that there's nothing left for them to play other than wait for the time to go. Chelsea failed to do that against Fulham yesterday. They scored the first goal, yes, but they now kept playing the ball, entertaining themselves. Sancho will do flickovers, pass the ball back. Palmer will just be opening, maybe trying to pick 1 or 2 players without even looking, no look face pass, and they were just enjoying themselves. What happened? Finally, Fulham got the needed equalizer and started believing in themselves that they can win it. And they actually won the match at the dying minute. So this is the problem some of these players, in fact, they have, or some of the things they cause that make them lose matches. They cost their manager a lot of points from this kind of play. Manchester United that I saw yesterday was so awful. When they want to press, you see only 3 players at the front. The other ones will stay at the post. You hardly see a Wolf player go offside. Why? Because those players are lazy to even get to the half of the field. It's as if the coach is always urging them to go forward and they don't want to. So I think Amorim has, in fact, it's a big glove for him to feel. Let me just say it that way. It's not a glove left by Ten Hag. I think left by Ferguson. For Amorim to get these things right, he doesn't need to change his pattern, but he needs to change these players. In fact, for him to get Man U getting Man U back to the top or whatever position